Let's do this. Okay, real quick. Hey everybody, this is the Team Onward Learn and Earn with Molly. This is summer edition where we include Avon Nation. The tribe is here with us for sharing and helping everybody be better and be connected. I haven't been able to do this because there's been so many people on here, and I have to do a few shout outs for my team tonight. Besides convention, which we just did pre, and I'm not going to go back and do it. If you were there, as they say, if you know, you know. It was a wonderful experience and so glad everybody was there. But we have had some people do some really, really amazing things on the team, and especially some of our new representatives. So some of them cannot be on here live. So what I want to do, because they will be able to see the replay, is I want to give a shout out to a few of these people. First, brand new representatives on our team who have had $100 or more order, which I got to tell you, it sounds easy. But if you remember back, it ain't always as easy as it sounds sometimes. We have Miss Ashley Barnes, who had a $370 first order. Amazing, amazing. We also have Miss well, let me go here one second. We have Miss where'd she go? Stacy Romo, who was on Linda Stagger's team, had a $168 order, but it gets better. Miss Stacy is new, but Miss Stacy bought on a new representative by the name of Beaky Anderson, who her first order was $191 order. How great is that? And then Deborah Childs, who also had a $123 first order. Elizabeth Hickman had a $102 first order. She is on Julie Paulson's team. Congratulations. And it's not official yet, but of course, Jen Messer has already put in a $100 order also. And I got to tell you, this happened. I can remember thinking to myself, I would just like one person to put in a $100 order. I would like one person to put in an order. Anybody? Place an $8 order. Place a $12 order. Is anybody hearing me out there? What is going on here? Place an order. And then suddenly I just decided to leave it to God and say, you know what? Those who are going to show up, those who are going to get this done, those who want to do something are going to show up. They're going to show up. And I am very happy to say, as you just heard, they are showing up. I also want to, what else did I have here? Hold on one second.
Miss Molly.
Yes.
Excuse me for interrupting, but we're getting terrible echo back from you.
I don't know what that is. Look, does everybody
mute me?
Hold on, Lee. I don't think it's you. I think there's people who just don't know how to mute their phone.
Well, whether I'm muted or not, I'm getting echo
No,
back.
not you, Jan, not you. I'm talking
Okay.
about others. So let me see here. So I'm going through everybody because some people, they just don't know. They just don't know. Okay. Are you hearing it now? Because now I'm not hearing it.
No, you're sounding good now.
There was one person on. There was one person on who I don't think knew that they were unmuted. So thank you for that. I thought it was me. I kept thinking, I'm hearing myself like 80 times.
Well, you're doing good. Now continue your train of thought, sweetie.
Okay. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. Okay. There is again, let me see. Jen is on here. Is Janae on here? Janae is not on here yet. We're going to wait for Janae. I promised Jen I would not have her do this on her own. So we are going to wait and see. Janae is, man, work was a bear for her today. A lot of you know what that's like. You're trying to get where you know you need to be, but work and kids and all of that happens. So, you know what? We'll wait. And if not, we could do it. Hi, beautiful. I see you. Look at you. She's all waving. I'm so proud of you, Jen. I ain't giving it away, but I'm just so proud of you. It's amazing. So I will wait for your leader for sure. Okay. And the other one I did want to celebrate, of course, was Jen Messer. And that's because I have to tell you, it's very rare to have somebody come in and be so on fire that not only are they putting in their orders, but they're also telling everybody about what they're doing, and they are bringing more people in. That was very encouraging to see. It was very inspiring to see. And I'm not going to lie to you, it doesn't happen a lot. Okay. So all of you who are like, but Molly, where are mine? Molly, I've been sharing. Molly, I've been doing this. Molly, nobody's a taker. Molly, I haven't had anybody on my team. Dude, nobody knows a dry spell more than Mama Molly. Okay. So all I'm going to tell you is you keep doing what you need to do. You keep being consistent. The customers and the team members are going to show up. Sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone and you got to experience something, or maybe do something that scares you, something you're not used to. Sometimes you got to block out all the haters. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who gonna talk. They gonna talk smack about you. They gonna go, there she is, all that Avon she's talking about. Does she talk about anything else? They're gonna see that you get a little jump to your step. They're gonna see that you got a little smooth to your groove. And they want to say it's everything else, but in reality, it's because you have found something that clicks for you. And if you found that, you know what? Turn down the radio, turn down the noise, turn down all of that, and do you. Nobody knows better than you what you want to do with your business. And if you got somebody giving you a hard time because they say you ain't doing enough, you need to block that out too. Because the only person in this business who's going to get you where you want to go is the person who knows where you want to go. And that is only you. For me, even being Mama Molly or your immediate leader or upline, no matter who you are in this meeting, my job is to support your journey. My job is to say, what do you want to do? And then my next question to you is always, and what do you plan on doing to get that done? Because a lot of people think they come on and join my team and, oh, you know what, they gonna be amazing now because they on Molly Stone Bibbs team. Let me be clear. The people. Hey, Amy, good to see you, girl. Glad you could make it. Being on my team is not what makes my girls successful. My girls who are successful, my guys who are successful, they are successful because they work hard. They are successful because they are consistent. They are successful because they know what they want and they're just trying really hard to get there. And when the frustration comes, and it will, not just once, many times, you decide if you want to keep going or not. I'm never going to be somebody who's going to tell you, well, shame on you for being a quitter. I don't know if it's really quitting. Sometimes it's just not a right fit. I don't know if that makes sense. There was a time I used to think, well, is it me? Is it me as a leader? Did I do something wrong? Did I? And then I realized I would love for Avon to be for everybody. And I would love for everybody to be successful, but here's the rules of the game. It's not meant for everybody. Could anybody do it? Oh, I'm a firm believer in that. Anybody could if they want it, if it's for them. But the other things too, what I may see that they're capable of, what I may want them to do, the truth of the matter is, if it's not for them, if it's not what they want, guess what? It's never going to work. So in 20 years of being with this company, I made a lot of mistakes in that department as a leader. I need you to know I own it. I've lost a lot of people because maybe I pressured them too much. Maybe because what I saw in them, maybe that's not what they really wanted. And I had to figure out how to listen. I had to figure out how to share in their excitement and what they're, look, if there's somebody who comes on Onward and they go, oh my goodness, I got a new customer and it was only a $27 order. I got news for you. To me, when
That's
that
amazing.
excitement comes through, the really great thing about that is that they have a new customer and it was a $27 order and their excitement screams $127 order. My job is to support you in your journey and where you're taking that. not everybody is meant to be a Molly Stone bib. And in order to be a Molly Stone bib, you got to walk in Molly Stone bib shoes. And I got to tell you, there are not many of you who want to do that. The road has been tough. The journey has been tough. And maybe it's the same thing, me walking in your shoes. So, so figure out what you want, you know, in this one, and then in 2 weeks, the next one. My message to all of you is going to be, after convention, no matter what that looked like for you, I've had people tell me, oh, well, convention was good, but take it or leave it. I've had people tell me I was so excited because it was their very first. I had people who were a little bit in between. This is what I'm going to tell you. I am going to tell you that I did not go into this convention with any expectations about what was being brought to us. What I did go into this convention doing is saying, I'm going to look at everything. I'm going to hear about everything. I'm going to hug on people. I'm going to figure out who this Avon is. And again, the answer is the same. Guys, we are Avon. It's us. They got some good products, right? They got some good products. They do. Avon's got they've got the years behind them. But do you know who gave them all those years? The representative. We are Avon. Never forget that. There isn't much Avon without the representative. So do yourself proud first. Figure out what you want and do yourself proud. That's the most important piece of advice. You are the only one who has to be okay with your scenario, with where you are at. And at this point, I'm proud of all of you just for showing up. I know how hard it is sometimes to stay up a little later, to rush home from work and show up for these calls, to be nervous because maybe it's your first one and you're like, oh my goodness, look at all these people on here. We have, no matter where you're at in your journey, we've all been where you're at one point or another. Sickness, oh, I've been there. Feeling like I had to, I had to take a step or two back from something. Yeah, I've been there. Divorce, I've been there. People not supporting me, I've not only been there, I'm still there. People in my family still don't get what I do or why I do it. It just took me a lot of years to figure out that's okay. I don't need to be angry with them. I don't need to try to make them understand it, because if they can't, this is where I belong, well, shame on them. Shame on them if they don't. Janae is in the house. Hello, Janae Hensley. Your girl beat you here.
She did. I was just like, at least one of us can join because I'm still
good.
working
That's okay.
technically.
I told her I was not going to make her talk until you got here so that you could
Oh gosh. No pressure.
No pressure at all. That's right. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to shift from what we were just talking about. And Lee and I, of course, were out working all weekend, and we knew that Janae and Jen had an event that they were doing together. It's funny because I always wonder if something's wrong with Janae when she tries to FaceTime me or something when it's on the weekends, because she knows I'm working, she knows I'm on the road, and I'm immediately like, I have to send her the voicemail, and I look at Lee and I'm like, you need to call Janae, make sure everything's okay. What's going on? Why is she trying to FaceTime me? So she does. And their excitement on it was a 2-day event, Janae?
Yes.
Yeah. And Jen, you go ahead and stay unmuted. You and Janae both stay unmuted so we can just have this open conversation. They were so excited with the first day that I was excited and like almost killed my husband because I didn't see the car in front of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to stop it. The sun's coming in my eyes. And he's like, please stop it. But Janae, let you start as far as what the event was, what you guys were doing, and kind of take us through this. And don't let Jen wuss out here and not say anything. Bring her in where it's needed. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure she's hyped enough to talk. So I'm not even gonna take it from her. She was hyped too, so I'm pretty sure she'll talk about it as well because she did really good. So we attended, or we set up a booth at the Central Arkansas Women's Expo, which if you have been listening in the last few months, you'll remember that I also did a women's expo here in Bentonville, Arkansas, and it was for NWA, and I actually stepped out of my comfort zone to do it. And this one was in Little Rock, Arkansas, and had, again, like over 160 vendors from different categories, from health and wellness to beauty to everything you could possibly think of was there. And Jennifer decided that because she didn't get to attend the last one that I did in at the NWA one due to getting sick, she was definitely going to do this one. And I was just like, okay. So after convention, we were already hyped, even more so than what we were to do this event, Jennifer. And so we drove down. We literally made it to the place by the skin of our teeth to get at least our boxes in, because it's a hard cutoff at a certain time.
10 minutes, y'all. I want you to know this. 10 minutes.
Wholeheartedly, 10 minutes to spare. And we may have sped a few times to get there, but I'm glad we made it with 10 minutes to spare. But that's neither here nor there. So we get there and get the boxes dropped off. The next day we show up, we, get there early, get everything set up as best we can. And it started off kind of slow, probably like the first 30 minutes, but then it was like nonstop after that. Like people kept coming up, oh my gosh, Avon's here. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize Avon's still around. Oh my gosh, look at my skin so soft. And so it was like consistently like this. And every time Jennifer and I would get ready to sit down, we stand right back up to present to somebody else. And so I was just like, I'm pretty sure both of our feet were like screaming by the end of it for both nights because of how consistent it was. But it was very exciting to see Jennifer step out of her comfort zone in more ways than she has ever stepped out in the last 2 years. Granted, this has been a work in progress for the last few months because she has been doing more. So definitely proud of you. But the first day, the reason why Mama Molly said there was a ton of excitement was because by the end of the event, Jennifer had, was it 3 or 4 4 potential people that came up talking about signing up for Avon? Was it 3?
So they were previous Avon reps, at least 2 of them. And then 2 of them wanted to join Avon just because, one, for the discount on their product. And then 2, because they just needed the extra income. And they're like, oh, I'm so busy. And I'm just like, well, so am I. Like, I'm a whole state rep for Arkansas. I work a full-time job. I'm a caregiver to my husband. I have a child with special needs. I am busy and all over the place. So you can do it. I can do it.
Hey, Jen, let me break in for 1 minute. I don't know if you realize what you just did there talking to them, but in essence, y'all, do you know what she said? In essence, what she told that lady is, people who are busy make the best representatives because they know how to get it done.
That part.
Fabulous. That part. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Can
Jen.
we just talk about how she pivoted immediately too?
Yes.
It was just like, yeah, I totally get it. Well, thanks for stopping by. She was like, oh girl, don't worry about it. I got this. I was like, my baby. But go ahead, Jennifer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, the 2 that came up that were previous reps, they're like, oh, I used to do Avon years ago. And I was like, well, do you want to come back? Just like that. And I was like, just come back. A lot has changed. It's not the same anymore. Just everything has grown. We're doing a whole bunch of different products. We have electronics now. And they were like, oh, Avon has changed. And I'm like, yeah, it has. It's not the Avon one I had when I was a little girl. So I know that's the Avon you're talking about, but it's not the same no more. Right, and they're like, okay. Right. They came back the next day and they actually came up and talked to me, gave me their information. So I've been chatting with them today off and on during work and just, basically telling them all the good stuff about Avon, my good experiences that I've had, with Janae, you and the team and everybody that's from convention too. So it's been great.
I love that.
How much money did you make, Jennifer, all by yourself?
I made over $150.
Girl, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. That is so
The
great.
first day my Square reader wasn't working, so that was kind
It
of a
really
bummer.
wasn't.
But
Oh, wow. Okay.
it's okay. It's okay. We went through it, trials. It's okay. We got it done, and it was fun. It was fun. I will say that meeting people, getting connections, getting the networking out there. People, I was just like asking everybody, "Do you have an Avon lady? Do you have an Avon lady?" They're like, "No, but I would like one." I'm like, "Okay, here's my information. Here you go. Here you go." So
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
being so modest. Let me tell you about how much she walked around the event, giving around her information to every single vendor that was there and random people that were walking through. So
yeah, we
she
ran
was
out of
wholeheartedly
brochures
in hustle
and
mode.
yeah, brochures. I ran out of my flyers. I ran out of everything of my information. So I had stuff printed that I normally put on the back of books, and I just cut those up and I was just handing them out to people.
Oh my goodness. Now I gotta tell you.
These little slivers. She had these little slivers of paper. And she was like, I don't care. Come hell or high water. I'm getting customers. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
So Jen, there's a lot of people on here, and some of them have been in, and I'm watching the faces as you're talking. This is, and you know us, we're real, we're honest on here.
Yes.
So what I'm going to ask you is this, and look, I know what a firecracker your upline is. You don't have to even, so I know. Yeah, shut up, Janae. You are a fire. To be quiet. Go ahead and drink. You better drink, girl. Just be quiet. Okay. She is a firecracker for sure. But Jen,
Y'all, she made me this way.
well, that might be true, but in all honesty, thinking about this, I want you to think back 6 months ago, Jen. Did you honestly see? Hold on one sec. We got reverb going on here. I'm okay. Did you honestly see yourself really doing what you just accomplished this past weekend?
No, not at all.
Yeah, she's
Never.
honest. I
Nope.
need y'all to know she's
Nope.
honest. Okay.
She's
She
lying.
absolutely is.
She's lying. She's lying. She's lying.
She is the girl who would come on the calls forever, and she was like, she would show up, but she wouldn't say very much. She would come on.
No, I'm
And
very
Just be a
observant.
little fly on the
Oh yeah,
wall.
okay. I'm sorry. She's very observant. She's very observant. I need y'all to. She's very observant.
Will you
but I
quit
do
picking on my other half?
I can't help it. I can't help it. But what I am going to say is this. Now, thinking back, I know you want to finish this story, but Jen and Janae both. And Janae, I know what your answer is going to be because you've been doing this a while, but tell me if you still felt this. Being at convention, do you feel like being there amongst the people in that scenario there in the Gaylord, everything that you experience, making new friends, hanging out, did that, do you feel like that made a difference? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, I know you do. I'm not talking to you. Hold on, girl.
Sorry, my
Jen,
bad.
oh my,
Sorry, you said Janae. My bad. I'm sorry. Let me mute. Let me just mute.
go ahead, Jen. What did it make a difference?
Yes, since it was being my second conference, the first one I was like, okay, I came back and I was pumped from the first one, and I did get some more customers, but I was still like in my comfort zone and not really like putting all into it. And then I came back from the convention, and I was like, you know what? Like, there's people in here that are doing this, and I can do the same thing. Why am I not doing it? And I just did
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah,
just did it.
boom.
Like,
And I love that. She said, I just did it. I'm watching these people. I'm sitting and eating with these people. I'm having drinks with these people. I'm sitting in these groups with these people. And what I'm seeing is, wait a minute. They can. I know Janae's been telling me I can do it. I know Mama Molly might have been telling me I could do it, but wait a minute. If they can, can't I? And I
yeah.
think to me, I just kind of felt like Jen kind of just made a decision that she was going to do it, that that this was her time. And I can't believe in a matter of a week and a half, just the growth of hearing when you decided that you were going to step out of that box and you were going to be like, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. And look,
Well, I will say one thing that stuck out from convention was at the end with the with the speaker. I'm sorry, the
Oh,
speaker.
with Judy, yeah.
Judy,
Holla,
yes.
holla.
Holla, yes. She was just like, embrace yourself. And I'm like,
Yes.
I'm a hot mess. I'm legit a hot mess. I'm a hot mess express, and
I'm
I
here
embrace
for it.
that. So
I'm
I
here
was
for
like,
it.
I'm gonna project that, and whoever likes it, and whoever doesn't, doesn't. Those are not my people.
Yes,
Simple.
yes, yes.
Can I
And
say
it's fun-
something?
Go ahead, Beb.
The freest moment in your life is the moment you stop caring about what people you don't know think about you.
Exactly.
Amen. Amen.
And by the people, I mean that know you are the people who know your deepest and darkest thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, I think Janae will tell you that it hasn't always been an easy ride for her with people who now go, oh my gosh, look at my girl, look what she's doing. But they were not always the people who were saying that to Janae. I love it. I can remember too. Look, guys, we all go through it. See, you think that the husband, the sister, maybe your kids, the person at work, your best friend, even, you think that those people should be the people who really get on board and support you. And here's the truth. Should they? Absolutely, they should. Do they? Not always. So what I would say to you is if you do have somebody in your life who is supporting your journey, no matter how bad it can get, how crazy it can get, but they are there and they are your cheerleader, what I would tell you is thank them today. Thank them for being your cheerleader. I can remember when I first started this, and I worked for my brother Michael, God rest his soul. And I remember he would come in and he would go, how's that little lipstick thingy going that you're doing? Like almost trying to like make this little cut. And he's like, and I'd be getting back from delivering a couple of orders. And he would say, what are you making? Like 27 cents on that lipstick. And I've got to tell you, it really ate at me. But then I figured out how to turn it around and how to make it drive me. Yeah, I went in my room. I'm not going to lie. I cried. I wanted his support. I looked up to him. He was like a dad to me. I wanted him to want me to be successful. But see, that was a threat to him. See, if I was successful at this and this became something full time for me, then I would be giving him my notice, right? Funny how that works. And I can remember that when I did finally hit executive unit leader, then as senior executive, what it was known of, and we would go to things, and my brother suddenly was this person. Hey, this is my sister. This is my sister Molly. He goes, you know, she's something big in Avon. He goes, but you know what? I always knew she'd do it. I told her, you know, you the girl. And I'm like, you the biggest liar here in the room. You did not do that. You were not that person. But what happened is sometimes the threat is you don't see yourself evolving. See, I see Jen evolving. I have watched Janae evolve. I have watched Amy evolve. I have watched Miss Inez, who just joined us. I have watched her evolve, and Miss Inez is living proof, who, by the way, it's not official on my books yet, but Miss Inez just made premiere for the first time ever. And she put her mind to it. Look at her. She celebrated. Now, Miss Inez knows she getting a honey bun cake too. So, I mean, she very excited about that because she getting a honey bun cake.
I was swinging for you, Miss Inez.
Yay, Inez. All right.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what made the difference? I'll never forget the moment that she came on one of our meetings at the beginning of the year and she says, I'm tired of messing around. This is my year. I am going to hit goals this year. And my first goal is to hit premiere. And here we are. And she just did that. And why? Because she stayed the course. Why? Because she said, this is what I want. Do you think Avon not having a product stopped her? Do you think that Avon not having something in stock? Quit leaning on the old excuses. Don't get mad at me. I get it. I mean, you can get mad at me. It's okay. Everybody get mad at me. It's okay. I hear y'all. They don't have this. You know what? You're right. They don't. And they do need to do better. I am here and I am in full agreement. But when you let the excuse of not getting this product, not getting that product, Avon's doing this, Avon's doing that, when you make that your priority instead of the fact that you're going to get it done like Miss Inez did, I'm looking at these first timers, LOA 1 or 2, who have orders of $300, $120, whatever that looks like. Quit concentrating on the changes you don't like, because I got news for you. They ain't changing because you don't like them. I figured that out a long time ago in this business, which is why we started using our Avon prepositions. How we going to go around it? How we going to go through it? How we going to go under it? What we going to do in order to get through these trying times?
Hey, Janae.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Yes.
What do I say about excuses?
The last time that you told me about excuses, you said that when I'm done making excuses, call you, and hung up on me. And that was over 8 years ago.
I said, when your excuses outweigh, when your want to outweighs your excuses, call me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he
Lee
meant that too.
Lee
He
doesn't
wholeheartedly
get to
meant
coach
it.
a lot of people on my team, but the ones that they have to have tough skin, because he does not play around. He does not give up his time easily to coach people. And but Janae is I will say Janae is a product of it, and I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more proud. So I don't say that a lot because she takes advantage of me and says, "You said you was proud of me. I remember." I pick on her because it keeps her going. But my team is absolutely my heart. And you know, a lot of them, but boy, a lot of them can't be here. Let me tell you something. There's some of them that watch every replay and they've never been to one live, or maybe they've been to one because they're busy taking care of their parents. They're busy taking care of their kids. They're busy with their jobs too. They're busy with a sick individual. But did you hear me talk about the busy? Did you hear Jen just say just a little bit ago, it's the ones that are busy that get this done and figure out how to get it done. The people who I'm like, well, what are you doing today? You know, well, I'm sitting here watching Netflix because I don't have any customers. Well, I got news for you. Netflix ain't bringing you any customers unless you advertising on Netflix. And I haven't seen any ads today for any, well, I can't tell you the last time I watched Netflix, but the point is, I don't think there is. This is a decision. Jen and Janae giving up their weekend. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I look, that tells me where
My
their
birthday weekend at that.
Yes, your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I already gave you your cake, so there. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
I can't with
Just
you.
what she did. It's they give up their time because they see something greater than what's happening in the moment. They're building their futures. They're building their customer base. And do you know who that profits? Their families. Do you know who that profits? Their future. Do you know what that profits? The fact that if they have a goal of Premiere, of PC, whatever that looks like, the only way they're going to get it is sacrifices. Now, if you choose not to sacrifice, I'm not judging you, but what you can't do is come on and say, well, you know what, this doesn't work, or no, that doesn't work for me. And, you know, excuses, they keep you right where you're at. You're going to drown in the quicksand of excuses if you don't get out there and do more and do more than just that. If you're okay with where you're at, it don't matter if anybody else is. We talked about that. You have got to be okay with where you're at. Now, Janae or Jen, whichever one of you, day 2, what did day 2 look like when you went into the second day of this?
I was
Jennifer,
tired.
do what you want me to. I'll let Jennifer go. I'm gonna let her go.
Okay, go ahead, Jen.
Day 2, I was super tired from day 1. Not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh my god, can we be done with this? I want to go home." Not gonna lie. My feet were killing me, but day 2, we saw the same people with additional people with them, like their daughters or like their family members or their moms with them. And they came up to the table and were like, oh my God, my daughter was telling me about Avon and how she was here yesterday. And they came back with more people
so
because
great.
they just wanted to see us talk and like, have fun and have a good time. And they bought stuff. Like even my best friend came. And I usually
Wow.
go down there once a month just to visit him. And he came and he bought stuff for his sister.
I love that. Talk about support. I love that kind of support. That
I
works.
also want to mention too, because I know that this is also a cliche. A lot of times we can lose confidence in what we sell because we're worried about the demographic or who we can touch. But I actually had several other competitor consultants that came up to our table and they had their reservations about Avon. But then once I explained how much Avon had gone above and beyond to make the right changes, as well as where we're growing, I got a lot of, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Well, do you have a business card or do you have a brochure? Well, I didn't realize Avon had this. I didn't realize Avon had this. And it's just like, instead of being intimidated because you think, because that was one of the things that I had a conversation about too, is how often people say that Avon is saturated. But if I tell you, and Jennifer can attest to it, every other person that came to our booth was like, I didn't realize Avon was still around. I didn't even, like, you cannot tell me, like, it's been so long since I've had a rep, but we're oversaturated. No, that means even if there are a lot of reps, there's a lot of people who aren't doing what they need to keep us out there.
I agree. 100%. I agree with you.
Exactly, Jennifer.
So
yes, exactly.
Now,
I will say that they had some of the moms came by with their daughters. And that was huge for me because I have a daughter. Janae has a daughter. And the fact that they wanted to get skincare for their kids and kind of like introduce them to safe products for their skin was like really huge.
That is nice. Did you guys give away a lot of samples? Was that part of this? Never really got into that with you.
Yes, we did.
So funny thing, we didn't even really get to the samples till like day 2.
Day 2, yeah.
That's
we
great.
started, so we tried to we had some of them that were ready, right? We got the little what's the name of the bags? It's not the bags though. The small little Ziploc bags, but they're the pretty ones
the snack bags. Yeah,
Yeah, but you can get them on Amazon, so they're the matte color. So I got some of those and I had started building them. I had the samples broken out and ready to put in the bag. Every time I sat down to put samples in on day 1, I had to get right back up to help somebody. And so we ended up pushing it off to day 2. And like Jennifer said, I had to we were trying to sit down and pack them as quickly as possible because of how often we had people coming. But we were just kind of, as we ran out of brochures, we handed more of the sample packs out with my business card, as well as Jennifer having her print out so that she could give them her information as well. So it was a good turnout. I even was actually able to tell 2 other business owners about the Shuffle app. So that felt good too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. Darcy says too, that she says, I hear that at every event. So again, this isn't just my team. Darcy does events and I'm sure there's other people on here too who have too. And it always amazes me when people say, oh, wow, Avon, really still oh, wow. And you're like, oh, you don't have a representative. No, I haven't seen an Avon brochure in years. And I'm like, how does that happen? I just want to know because I hear reps saying we're saturated, we're oversaturated, we have too many representatives. And I'm like, no, I truly believe that what you're looking for is the excuse you want. And you believe nobody's buying from you because there's too many representatives. And in reality, you got to be more consistent. You got to get out there. If you want the customers, they're out there for the getting, but you got to get out there. You got to get them.
You know what else is oversaturated?
What's that?
Fast food restaurants.
Does
it stop burger joints from opening? Does it stop burger joints from opening? Do people stop buying it? You know what else is saturated? Gas stations. But we always need gas.
That's right. That's right.
At every cost to get place. So it's instead of focusing on the factor of how many reps you think are doing it based off of your local demographic, think about how many people you could touch outside of your area.
You're just not going far enough. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When you're buying, when you're in a business, You gotta go out and you gotta touch people all over. That's why I tell people, be ready with your business cards, be ready with your brochures. Why are you leaving the house without these things? Why are you not using your phones, your whether you have the shuffle app or whatever you have? Why are you not gathering information from people to let them know that you are their person, that you want to be their person? If you always get yourself in the habit to be prepared to share, there will always be customers there. And then the next thing you have to do, you got to speak up. You got to speak up and let people know what you're doing. I mean, while I was up in Maryland for conference, I just had signs put on my new vehicle. Because for me, I'm on the road a whole lot. And if I'm on the road, I want people to know how they can get a hold of me, that I am their person. If you haven't seen Avon, I am your person. If you need Skin So Soft, I'm your person. If you like the perfumes, I'm your person. If it's these things that you can do. And I'm not telling you have to put a sign on your car, but Avon just had the magnets where maybe you don't want to go and put everything on the car. With me, I just share it all. Like, come on, call me, text me. I want to be your person. Please invite me for dinner. I'll bring you a brochure. I'm that person. But a lot of people, if you just let them know, hey, I saw Avon on your car. Do you have a car? Most of the time it's, do you have a brochure? I can think of very few times where they don't ask me for that. I had a lady just the other day who called me. Matter of fact, she called me because she wanted moisture therapy hand cream. And my question before they always get off the phone is, can I ask you how you found me? Well, Molly, why do you do that? Well, if a customer has sent them, then I want to reward that customer for sending them my way. If it's my ad on Google, I want to know that that's still working. If it's next door, I want to make sure that I know. If it's like they were at the pizza joint where I leave brochures, I want to know which one of these places is working for me. And she just came off with, you know what? I saw you on Facebook. I said, okay, are we Facebook friends? Like, do you know me from Facebook? And I just don't. And she says, no. She says, I was on Facebook and I just started scrolling. And she says, and you had a post on there about going to convention. Now, this is what, and I know you don't have to be, but this is my reasoning, so don't prejudge me. My Facebook is public. It always has been. I don't have it load down to just family and friends. It's completely your decision. But for some reason, because Avon reps had commented on, oh, I'm excited for convention too. Oh, I'm so excited. Somewhere along the line, Facebook decided that that was algorithm friendly, and they put it in other people's algorithms. And she says, I don't know you. She says, but I just saw that you were so excited about it. So I figured I would just call you. And by the way, she lives like 70 miles from me. She could have just looked for somebody closer, right? But I said, that is so cool. Thank you for telling me that, because I'm like, how did she find me? Well, and the story is, if you have enough people who are commenting on your stuff, or one person comments who knows this person and another person comments who knows this person, this can happen. I know, because it just happened to me. And now I have a new customer. Now she's very honest. She says, I don't use a whole lot of Avon, but I do love a few products. And I said, I'm gonna send you a brochure because we have a whole lot of new products right now. I said, but that's fine. You tell me what you want. Do you want brochures once a month? Do you want me to contact you? Do you not want? You tell me what you want, and I'm gonna be the best representative that you have ever had, because my job is to give you the best experience. And she appreciated that just so much. So does that happen all the time? Guys, I've been in business 20 years almost. I have never had a stranger tell me ever that they found me on Facebook. Now, without somebody tagging, when somebody goes, oh, I need an Avon rep. Does anybody need one? And then people start tagging you and you're like, oh, well, thank you. Thank you for thinking of me, that you think I'm good. That's completely different. This wasn't what happened. She was scrolling, people, scrolling. I was amazed that could happen, to be completely honest. I was absolutely amazed by that. So there are firsts out there. It can happen. Keep doing what you need to do to put what you're doing out there. No, I don't mean a huge product push. I don't think that gets anybody anywhere. I think you present what you love, and I think that people will see through it if you don't. And if every single thing you post is about Avon, they're not going to love you because of the Avon. You've got to give them something to love. You make them fall in love with you. What does that look like? What do you love? What are your hobbies? What do you sell? Do you have grandkids? Are you posting stuff about your kids? Do you like going to movies? What is it that you're sharing? Do you like a good joke? And then when you slip in and what we call pepper, when you pepper your feed with some stuff about Avon or what you love, what happens is they're stopping because they don't know what you're going to say next. I want you, for all of you who do follow me on Facebook, I want you to think about this. Do you ever know what's coming with my feed? I'm sure many of you are like, uh-oh, Molly posted one eye open, one eye closed. What is she going to talk about now? What's she going to say? Who's she going to talk? Do you know why they stop at my posts? Because you'll never get the same thing twice with me. If it's a day for me praising Jesus, which is just about every day, you're going to hear that, right? But you're also going to hear the fact that my sweet little grandson, who's the most handsome thing ever, if I got a great picture of him, guess what? It's going up. And do they get me many likes? Many likes. But you know what that tells Facebook? That people like my posts. So then I slip in something like the brand new, how about the new pump and plump? Oh my goodness, that stuff. I slipped that in there and Avon reps started commenting on it. Suddenly, my customers who really don't see a lot of Avon posts on my regular feed, they see it in my Avon VIP group, said, oh my goodness, I need, tell me more about this. Why? Because all the reps were like, man, this is so great. I've tried this. I loved it. And because I'm not on there saying I love every single thing that Avon comes out with, because I'm honest like that, I love this product. And I get so excited when I finally find a skincare product that I'm like, this is so me. This agrees with my skin. Everything is wonderful. You got to shake it up. When I'm not going to call any names because none of them are on here, but there are certain people who are people that we are friends with, Facebook friends. I know that 9 out of 10 of their posts are about Avon. Hey, shop with me. Here's this. Hey, shop with me. Do this. Hey, do this. Hey, shop with me. Hey, have you shopped with me lately? Hey, here's my link. Hey, if you haven't shopped with me, you need to. Hey, shopping with me is amazing. Come on, let's do it. When that's all it is, what happens is they don't want to stop and look. They're like, oh, there's Molly. Shop with her. You know what I'm saying? They just know what it's going to be. You have to give them something to like about you. Give them a reason to want to follow you, y'all. This isn't hard. I think what happens is we sometimes make it hard. We sometimes see people who do this and we forget that they've been in business a really long time and their business is already established. So then you think that's what you need to do and that's what's going to bring you in people. People fall in love with the representative first before they fall in love with the product. That's the truth. This is a relationship business. I say it all the time. I'm going to continue to say it. Make them fall in love with something about you, and you are going to keep them engaged forever. And it's the same thing in person. When you meet people, if I go to the bank and I'm talking to the tellers, if I go into McDonald's, I DoorDash on the side. Papa John's likes me so much right now. They give me the employee discount. Like, come on. Like, I went in there to get pizzas for my family and the manager's in there and he's like, you're one of our best delivery people ever. And you always have a smile on your face. When she comes in here, give her the employee discount. Let me tell you something. That kind of stuff That's real life stuff. So when I don't feel like smiling, when I don't have a good day, the people who I'm out there that I'm dealing with, they don't know it. They don't know it. Don't give them the drama to follow. I mean, unless you're going to give me a bag of popcorn. If you're going to give me a bag of popcorn and some M&Ms and a large, drink or something, I'm going to follow your drama. And when you quit giving it to me, I'm going to say, don't tell me not to ask about your drama. You've been sharing it for 3 months now, and I want to know what season 3 is bringing me. So come on. If you want to be that person, you can be. I'm telling you, nobody wants to have a rep in their life who's going to bring their own drama into their lives too. So you got to figure out how you want to do this and what this brings. So let's do this. I know I was late getting in here. We have 15 more minutes. I want everybody to be respectful of time, if you will. We want to try to get out of here in the next 15 or 20 minutes. But if you've got something to celebrate, if it's something you want to talk about with conference, keep it brief. Get it to the point. Let's give everybody an opportunity who wants to. So raise your hand if you've got something you'd like to share, something that's working for Janae. I ain't calling on you. You talked enough.
I just need one thing because I got to drop off really quickly. I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate again Jennifer on her hard work, and also congratulations on becoming a new leadership representative as she ended up getting a recruit.
Yes. Jen, your growth is just amazing. I don't say it enough, but seeing it over this past 10 days, and seeing you mingle with the people in Avon too, being with Janae, y'all are complete bad influences on my son. I am going to say that. I ain't letting him hang with you guys no more because you guys bad influence. Just saying. My 30-year-old son, let me tell you something. He always wants to hang with me, and all he wanted to do was hang with y'all. Okay, I'm so offended. I'm so offended.
Not me.
That
wasn't me.
Like, wasn't me. Better talk to Janae.
You're right. I was with you.
I love it. So let me Sue Ann says 23 events between now and Christmas. Girl, oh my goodness, crazy. Wow. Hit over 7K in sales. Congratulations. Man, that's some busy. Let me see. It's like almost September. 23 events. Let me tell you something. Girlfriend got some goals. That's what I'm going to say, because 23 events, that is nothing to sneeze about whatsoever. What's your goal, Sue Ann? What's the final goal? What are you reaching for? Tell us again.
It's crazy. I want honor society.
Ain't nothing crazy about that. You want to hit the 20,000 mark. There isn't anything crazy about that. I wish they were giving you more. I do, but I love that, to be able to say you hit it. Good for you. We are rooting for you. That's wonderful. Who else has got something? Come on. Don't get shy now. Any other time your hands are up and I can't shut you up. Come on. Somebody talk. Amy, what do you got for me?
You want to know about my big order I just got?
I do. Tell me, Amy. Tell me.
Sadly, it won't go through, but I just had a customer want 10 bottles of green lotion, 10 bottles of pink lotion, 10 bottles of Skin So Soft oil, the 16.9 ounce, which is out, 10 bottles of 16.9 ounce pink oil, which is out, and 10 bottles of Bug Guard green spray.
That's one order?
Yes.
One order. Well, my understanding is that it's coming very, very quickly. So let's hope it's going to come very soon. Amy, that's not Amy.
Listed it.
Is this established customer or new customer?
She's an established, but this is the big order she's done.
Wow, that's something. Congratulations on that, boy. I am glad to see that for sure. That is perfect. Let me see. What else do I have here? Sherry says, my friend in downline, Sue Ann Taylor, has been amazing building her business for the last couple of years. She makes me proud every day. Sherry, I did not know that she was your downline, but you absolutely should be proud. My goodness, this girl has always got something going on. I'm always watching her work her business. Doesn't go unnoticed for even her Avon family out there. So I would be proud too. I'm proud, and she's not even mine, and I'm proud of her. So it's all good. It's all good. I love that. Who else has got something? Come on. Come on. How about plans for what you want to do with fourth quarter? What are you excited about? Come on. You've heard my team. You've heard what they're talking about. What about the rest of you? Come on. Oh, don't be shy. Y'all trying to act like you shy. Unless you behind your keyboard, you acting like you shy. Ain't none of you shy. Okay, I'm
I
gonna
got
call.
one, Molly.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me.
So I plan on getting 2 more recruits and hopefully praying on this, getting President's Club.
Thank you, Jesus.
In
That's what I
Jesus'
wanted to hear. In Jesus' name. Yes, indeed. I love it. That is so good. That is so good, Jen. And you know you can do it with fourth quarter coming. You know you can do it. That is
Absolutely.
that is
Jennifer and I also have set a goal that we're going to reach out to 1 new business per week to gain new clientele too, and also offer up opportunities for pampering sets so that way
That's
we can help
huge.
keep those clients too. Jennifer accepted the challenge reluctantly, but we're out here.
Reluctantly.
That was just the drive talking.
Reeling
Jen. That
her
was just
in,
the drive
reeling
talking.
her in. I hear it. That's fabulous. I love that. That is so good. And again, you see, this is not new. With people on our team, they set goals to let you know what they want to do. Amy?
Hey, I've signed up so far for 5 events for the
Well, and
starting in
Amy
September.
is an event queen on our team. I will say, boy, she has
Lord
the
help me, because
experience.
between the events, work, taking care of the trio, and starting school again,
Amy,
on
when you
caffeine.
are busy, you are at your best. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy when I say that, but the more you got going on, the more you figure it out. I'm so proud of you. So good. This year, you have been so righteously back in the game again, and we could not be more proud of you. That's just amazing stuff right now. Way to go, girl. Way to girl. Love it. Way to grow. Loving this. Kim's on the ambulance. How are you, Kim? Tell me what you got, girl.
Hi, Molly. Hey, yeah. So I watched 90% of the replays and I've committed to going live next year, no matter where it is. Because this whole sitting at home on my booty thing is not working for me. I am ramping up for my event in October, and every day I'm out and on duty. I'm advertising, I'm handing out books, and I've decided to start recruiting again.
I love that, Kim. I love that. Keep doing you, girl, and stay consistent. Stay
Yes.
consistent. And look, Kim even get excited. She's watching all the replays. She was missing not being there because she loved being in person. I felt so bad for her wanting to be in
Serious
person.
FOMO.
I
Yeah.
know, girl. I know 100%. I get it. But you know what? I love that. I do. I 100% love that. Keep at it. And no matter what comes your way, stick to your goals, girl. Stick to your goals. Write them down. Remind yourself. And when you don't want to do it anyways. That's what I always say, especially when you don't want to do it. I love that. Darcy, what do you got for me, my friend?
Well, I have 2 events coming up, one in November, one in December, and I'm looking for a few more. But my neighbor just hooked me up with this lady who's doing all these breast cancer events in October. One
Okay.
is a lunch, one is a pickleball event. There's like 3 or 4 things going on. So I'm going to donate a basket of probably, pink items.
Love it.
Then I'm going to, for the lunch, I'm going to contribute samples and business cards for the guest swag bags. So everybody will have
I love that.
maybe a lip balm, depending on how many people are there, because I have a lot of lip balms. So maybe
Don't
lip
we
balm,
all, Darcy?
samples, lip balms, and my business
Yes,
card in one of those like
yes.
organza bags.
I love that. I love that, Darcy. Way to go on that. And you said you have 2 events between now
I
and
have 2,
December?
one in November and one in December.
Got you. Okay.
And I'm trying to
Okay,
fill
good.
in a couple more.
Good deal. Good. Keep us posted.
Maybe an open house at
Definitely.
my house, maybe something like that too.
They're always fun. If you can get people to show up for them, they are always fun. I love them. Well, keep us posted. Definitely. Want to make sure that we keep you accountable, girl. keep you accountable. But you know what? I ain't got to worry about Darcy. Darcy's in this to win. It always has been, always will be. Love her so much. Keep at it, girl. Great example. Love it. Rebecca Furbush, what you got, girl?
I made premiere, so that was good. And, my thing is becoming more consistent. So I had put in the Onward group, well, our group, team group, about doing challenges each campaign.
Right.
And so I have pretty much all the ones that I put on there, I've clicked off. Now, my next thing I need to work on is I'm calling it reconnaissance missions, which I need to be out in public, and I need to figure out how to do that. I have a very established customer base, and you probably have 150 and you work with 12 and you just kind of rely on them. So my biggest goal right now is to reconnect with all of my customers. So I'm doing a total reconnect with every customer that I have. I've gotten a lot of customers that are coming to me. So, but my biggest thing is just to figure out reconnaissance missions. That's what I'm calling them. What do I need to do to get out there and get new customers and get the word out? Because we had talked about not worrying about the number of people that are around. Well, I've always had Molly right in my backyard as a competitive Avon representative. My name is Becky. I have a Becky right down the street. So getting my name out there, I always thought I couldn't do it. And but
boy, haven't you proven that wrong, because even with, look, when she talks about another Becky is the top seller on my team. Top seller on my team. She's fabulous, been with us a very long time. And then of course she talks about having me too in her backyard, because I was in Maryland, and Rebecca knows I was everywhere. I didn't just stay in my area. I went in everybody's area. I didn't care. But he thought she couldn't, but here she
Well, I'm
is.
gonna bring this paper out so you can start signing them.
Here, hold on one second. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Okay, go ahead, Rebecca. I'm sorry, but watching her, she has built a customer base. I mean, people have quote unquote retired from Avon, and she was right there to say, you know what? I can be your girl. I can be your girl. And matter of fact, I'm going to be better than anything else she ever experienced. And she is. And people stay with her. And between her and Becky and a couple of other reps that aren't on our team that are down there, but are great friends, they rule the areas down there.
And we help each other all the time.
Yes.
It is, you do not compete with your fellow Avon representatives.
You don't have to.
You do not have to. I mean, that's the one thing that I love about it. And I did not want to come to convention. It's been a crappy year. But I'm telling you, when I came, it changed. I mean, I know it sounds funny, and I know you heard me say it. It changed my soul. I mean, it just got into me, and I have literally worked my business every single day since I have gotten home. I have educated myself. I have worked on my challenges. I have a blue index card. I pull it out. I'm watching all of the replays, showing up for meetings, doing what I need to do. I can't always do that, and you know why. But it changed me. So
it's like an Avon revival. I swear it is. It is. When you go to those things, it's like an Avon revival.
It was a revival, and it just made me feel so different about who I was, because I just stopped worrying about, like Lee says, what everybody's thinking about me. Why do I care? I don't. I mean, and so just challenge yourself. I mean, I got up and spoke, seriously. So
you did. I was very proud of you. You certainly did.
Get face those fears and believe in you. And that's, you know,
Starts
that's
with you. That's right. Starts with you. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, girlfriend. Lori, what do you got, my friend?
Rebecca, you know I love you at the bottom, from the bottom of my heart.
Oh,
I couldn't be at convention this year,
God bless.
but that's okay.
Laurie.
What I
we will-
wanted to lead off with is I got a new team member who left Avon 5 years ago. And at first I did not recognize her name, but I had met her probably 6, 7 years ago. She is in the New England area when we had the New England regions, how they were set up originally.
Right.
She has been very, very ill. Long story short, life happens. You know how that goes, all of you too, Molly. And for whatever reason, she left Avon and she came back and signed up under me as a new rep. And I sent her a message. I said, hi, well, thank you for signing up. And she goes, Lori, I think you might remember me. She gave me a little bit of her story. She is in stage 4 metastasized colon cancer. And she said, you know, I gave her some things that your new rep, you know, you start doing that to try and coach people what to do next. And she said, I just want to let, a week went by. I did the I said a welcome and about a week went by. And she said, I just want to tell you how I'm going to do this. I missed Avon terribly and I wanted to come back. So she says, I'm doing it my way.
Good for her.
And I'm doing it with a VIP group and my old customers that I've stayed in touch with coming back. So all I do is every couple of weeks, just send her a message. How you doing? She asked to be my friend on Facebook on my personal page. So I know she wants to be connected, but I'm letting her do it her way. And I think that's something that we tend to forget.
Yeah.
Or don't recognize.
Yes. Yes.
And then everybody's story is very different.
I know.
And if that gives her some connection to people she cares about and those people to her. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. It's been a big week for me. I think we have to recognize that and not be so on top. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. You have to kind of let them take the lead. And Avon, fortunately, is one of those companies where they can set up what they need to do and just do it their way. We all can do it our way. So I just wanted to share that.
Lori, what is her first name? You are muted again. What's her first name that we could pray for her?
That would be lovely. Her name is Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your prayers and support for her would be wonderful.
Absolutely.
It's amazing that I met her before 2019, before we went into COVID. And here she signs back up. She quit because she had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And now she re-signed up under me. So I'm blessed.
Yes.
And
Very
there's a reason for that, Lori. So accept that with grace for sure.
Yeah.
You were chosen. I love that. You were chosen. 100%. So that is, what a story. Wow. What a story. That is what it's all about right there, making the connections. 100%. I love that. Whew, that's a note for sure. Whew, does anybody else have anything to share after that one? Because I certainly do not. Wow.
I just want
Sorry.
to turn, go ahead, Lori.
Oh, sorry, I didn't expect to wind up in tears.
Hey, we are all family here. We are all family here. We feel your heart. And you know what? This is why we share. This is why we do this. You know, and you were chosen. She chose you, girl. She chose you. She could have had anybody. She chose you. So what a blessing that is. God bless. Jan, did you have something, my friend? Because you did have your hand up before that.
Yes, and mine is a totally benign question after all of this, no pun
Okay.
intended.
Got you.
When is convention next year and where?
We don't know. They never
Okay.
announce it. They never announce it at convention. They probably won't announce it till sometime in 2024.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll hear from it sometime maybe between January and March is when we normally hear. So I'm not even sure if that's set up. So
Well, hopefully
yeah.
they'll think of the West Coast for a change.
Well, no, they've definitely thought of the West Coast. Believe me, they have been everywhere since convention's been back. I just don't think you were with us then.
That could
I
be.
think that's what it was, but they
All
have.
right.
Does
Thank
anybody
you.
else have anything before we say goodnight for tonight? Are we all good? Everybody want to act a little shy? That's all right. You're allowed to ask a little shy. Go ahead. Alicia gonna be a little shy. Diane gonna be a little shy. I'm calling you out. Sue Ellen gonna be a little bit. Donna, you being a little shy. Marion. Oh wow, I know they're like.
I will speak.
Go ahead, Sue Ellen. Tell me, girl. Tell
Yay, Sue Ellen.
Yeah. I put in orders every Sunday. And this past Sunday, I put in my order. And then a few days later, I looked at my account and found out it was about $200 more than I thought. And then I realized it had to do with convention.
Yes.
That
the
I got my
award sales.
reward sales.
Yes.
And before that happened, I was at 97% for President's Club. Now I'm at 99.
Oh my goodness. Wow, 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 wow. Do you know what I love about that? I mean, I didn't mention this, but we haven't really talked about it. But let me say this real quick. How great was it for them to offer us bundles, okay? Bundles, and have them give us the award sales and not just what we paid for the bundle. That is freaking huge. That is huge. I mean, just when you think they they're not getting it right, they do something like that. I absolutely love that. So I hope many of you took advantage of that, whether you were virtual or in person, because you want to talk about building to premier, building to President's Club, building the Honor Society and above. When Avon happens to do things like that, that is a great way to build and take advantage of those. I know I took advantage too of some of the bundles.
And it's funny, Molly, as you know, I've been in for 10 years, but I remember the time when they would do double dollars, and a few times I got when I got the double dollars, I made President's Club. But as I've been doing it more, it just seems like I'm getting the sales and it keeps growing and growing and growing.
I love that. And Sue Ellen, here's the deal. I love the fact that they don't have double dollars now, because now you're making money. Before you go, okay, well, I make President's Club, I'm getting 40%. But if you really weren't selling $10,000 worth of product and it was just being doubled and tripled, and hubby or whoever was like, where's the money? Where's the money that you're making? What's going on here? There wasn't, because it was a false positive. People were making them, but they weren't making money, because they were making $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 in sales that really weren't there. Now, what I can say to my team is, if you sold $5,000, you sold $5,000, not $3,000, and you got credit for $5,000. I was so glad to see them get rid of that, just because I need people to understand why they weren't making money. So, Sue Ellen, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I love that
Sunday.
You're gonna get there, and you're gonna be like, you know, Molly's right. I actually did make a little bit of money this time. That's really good. I made some money. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, Lori, we're gonna take you, and then we're gonna say goodnight.
Okay, referring to someone's comment about what they can do to get more exposure. Avon's charity is the American Cancer Society, of which I have been very involved in, hence my previous comment. I am officially with the American Cancer Society, the Avon liaison for the Cape Cod and the Islands, which is Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. And I am doing charities and fundraisers here on the Cape and education for them. And I go as their representative to events. So I am doing a tribute garden on Labor Day weekend, and they are giving me the pinwheels and the stuff, and I will be there with at my local Chamber of Commerce on a very prominent corner, because Labor Day weekend is the last hurrah here kind of on Cape Cod. And I will be doing fundraising, but I will also have my Avon materials there, and people will know they can get my business card and my book. But the premise is to get involved in community events, and where the American Cancer Society is our our charity of choice with Avon. That's a good way to get involved in the community.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then I've asked a couple of friends to help me out, and they'll be, trying to get donations for the pinwheels and stuff at their stores, and then bringing them to me, and I'll have a big display on the corner. So community involvement is very, very important, all the way around. Gives you exposure.
That's for sure. Absolutely. Bring you a lot of people. I love what Alicia said here too. She says, I'm making phone calls to all my customers that haven't ordered in a while. That is huge. I don't know if you guys go back and you pay attention to that, but go back and look at your customers who have ordered, and look at the last time that they ordered, or in this case, did not order. Because maybe they were going through something. Maybe look, in this economy right now, maybe they couldn't buy, but maybe you haven't given them a brochure in a while or sent them the link. But her idea is absolutely spot on. Sometimes we're so busy trying to get new customers that we forget to go back and take care of our established customers. And if nothing else, just find out, how are they? How is life? Many times I've called a customer and found out they lost their husband, something's happened, somebody's in the hospital. And I always feel like a really lousy friend at that point, because had I been more in touch with them and reached out, I may have known that, instead of just like writing them off thinking they just didn't want Avon for me, or maybe they found another rep. Our nature is to always think the worst, but you don't know if you don't ask. So I like that, Alicia. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's huge. That's huge. I love it. Love it. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm looking here to make sure. Yep. I think that is it. I think that's all we got. I see no other hands raised. First of all, thank you to Jen and Janae for sharing about their event. I hope many people take something from that. If nothing else, just get out there and try it. Keisha, that's okay. I was just glad to see your name pop up there, girl. Glad you were here. We will, the last call, the last summertime with Molly and the team, at least for a bit. Mama's got to get back to taking care of her team and giving them some one-on-one here. So we will be doing that in 2 weeks, which would be the day after Labor Day. Okay, so everybody hopefully will be back.
5th.
Yep, hope you guys can make it. If you can't, no worries, because as long as the recording goes well, there will be a recording. I'm not saying we're not going to do this again. I have really enjoyed this, but I really want to get some feedback personally from my team to see what they thought of this. This may be something Lee and I talked that we will do like maybe every other month, that we could do one and bring everybody on, maybe on a different day, but we'll talk about that more. Keep the excitement at convention. Fourth quarter is upon us. start sharing what we already see. I'm getting ready to take all the videos and all the pictures that Janae and the team shared with me. So many of them are already in Onward, but I'm going to take everything I have on my devices and I'm going to share it. So hopefully it might give you some better shots, some videos of what's coming, and feel free to save all of those to your devices or what you want, so that hopefully it will help you make some sales with your people. Okay. So I love you guys. And I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Love you.